Yo, yo, yo.
Hey.
It is the Uncivil War podcast once again. D-Trill, like you already know.
Yep.
We got Shan with me today. Curtis couldn't make it. He had some pressing issues that he wanted to iron out today, so I said, cool.
Okay.
So I always go to my go-to. We always do what we do every time.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
It is. It is what it is.
So what's been up with you?
Not much. I'm Shannon Jackme. I'm here filling in for Curtis. It's like we can't never be in the same room.
I know, like
I slick might be Curtis, you know, and I'm a girl sometimes, and sometimes I'm Curtis.
At this point, you got to be wondering, do he really exist?
And do he exist? I mean, I see him on the show, but I've never been in the same room with this guy. So I think that it's possibly I'm Curtis today.
Yeah. You know, Kurt be having like a whole gang of stuff going on. So I get it. I feel like it'd be real good for him to make it on the days he do. I think he's very dedicated to the situation. So when he don't, I mean, I get it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody got life issues, and you know, life do what it do because it does do it. Do it.
Whether you want it to or not.
Right.
You know,
it's doing this thing. Life is doing this thing. Life is doing this thing. You all right?
Man, I'm tired as hell, man.
Really?
I'm always like, I'm wondering, do I need to I don't know. I need some damn injections or something because I be tired.
Energy injections?
I do.
Okay.
Some kind. What they got what's the biotin? What is it that they give you?
They go where people be going to get the IV and stuff.
Yeah.
I heard about
exhausted,
that,
man.
but I ain't found the place yet. You know, I remember a friend of mine told me about that, and you know, I just do me a red line every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little energy drink.
You want me to tell you
so
why,
not good for me.
You want me to tell you why I kind of I shy away from them? Because when I come down, I crash hard. Like when you come down off of them.
Yeah, your body be.
And I don't ever know where I'm going to be at when I come down.
Yeah.
Like when I come down, I need to be in a situation where I can still function. You know what I'm saying?
You
and
want to be able to make it home or be able to come back to life if you have to, and you don't want to just be all the way down. But yeah, I do a red line every now and then, and you know, just
I find myself at work like, man, I just need to go home.
You just don't want to be there.
It's slick that though.
That's me every day. My friend of mine called and say, your nickname ready to go because you always
ready to go.
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm
Boy,
always
we got to share that
go.
nickname. We got to share that nickname because that be me.
Yeah, I be ready to go, man. I appreciate the job and shit, but I be ready to go.
So,
I be ready to go.
What you been up to? How is the whole operation of getting out of the plantation going?
Slow but sure. You know, they say take small steps, you know, and if slow is good, you know, sometimes.
Right.
You know, and we be wanting it fast, you know, we be ready to do our own thing, but it just don't be the time. And you know, you do your thing and you try to find your way. And it just goes slow.
Yeah.
You know, it just slow. If I can hit the Mega Million, I'll be fast. Oh, it'll be over with. Okay, do you hear me, job? I ain't gonna put you out there. But it'll be over with. Over.
Right.
Over. I'll be my own boss, my own thing, and my own way, you know. But, you know, the plantation, it's hard. You know, a slave wasn't able to just run away because they wanted to.
Yeah.
You know, they had the idea. They even probably had the route.
Damn, man, that's a good point.
But they couldn't do it. You know, they had to wait to the right opportunity, and that's where a lot of us are.
You know what, Shan? You saying some wild shit because think about it. If they would have just let them go, where they were gonna go?
Right.
They didn't know nothing but one thing.
Right. It's that.
But how is that different from us?
It's not, because I'm afraid of having the guaranteed income snatched versus my income that I do on the weekends. You know, when I am able to go do my landscaping. That's not going to pay my bills.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm kind of afraid of that. And that'd be another holdback, you know, being afraid to not be able to support yourself. And that's where a lot of people that have their own business or started, not have their own, because people that got their own, they done did it.
Right.
But the ones that are trying to step out and do their own thing, that guaranteed income is kind of like their comfort zone. And that's where I'm at. I'm in the comfort zone versus trying to step out on faith and trust what I can do.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, like you said, a slave couldn't run away today because they wanted to. They ain't had nowhere to go. You got to have a real plan planned out and ready to execute it. Because once that execution, because you got to have the execution.
Right.
If that's not part of the plan, you better stay where you at, because you're going to have to execute, and that's what a lot of people not ready to do, execute, and that's even myself.
You think it's based on fear?
That first.
That's the first thing they keep you from doing.
You're afraid of not being able to support yourself.
I think
in my fear.
I've actually said on this show several times with people who are very like financially literate. You know, they ask me, well, why don't you blah blah blah, whatever. I'm afraid to. Right. I'm not gonna like try to bullshit myself with these kind of answers. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I'm not gonna try to sound good.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not good, and I'm not good. I'm not good at coming up with just fluff answers.
Right.
Sometimes when the whole like, it's a lot of things. First of all, working is not natural.
Right.
On a schedule like that.
Right.
Somebody have grabbed you out of your dream, or somebody has grabbed you out of your situation and told you, hey, come do this thing that you have no passion for.
Right.
Like, think about it, man. What you do at work, you ain't got no passion for that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, somebody else had a passion for that, and they got you to do it.
They hired me.
They hired you.
Yeah.
Same thing with me.
Right.
You know, I work for a giant company that.
Same here.
Yeah, they do building, and they a wholesaler, and you know they've grossed what was last year, $13 billion.
Right.
Somebody had a passion for that.
And
somebody had a business mind for that.
Right.
But they got me to come in there and do a task for them.
Right.
That I have zero passion for.
No.
You know, so that's not natural. You know what I'm saying? So they got me out
of your comfort zone.
Of my, I've not even had time. Think about it. I've been working since I was 16, and I ain't had time to explore my own mind and say, this is what I am. Right. This is, which I mean, look, at the end of the day, it's not an excuse.
First.
Yeah. Right. I'm not trying to come up with no excuse as to why I'm whatever.
Right.
But everybody is operating under the same pretenses.
Right.
Like
that's where the world is at.
Right.
We all working for somebody else's passion.
There's a whole giant block of us that are, and then there's a slim, margin of that's actually employing them. Yeah. And then there's a little tiny, thin line where those people got all the money and they control the entire, the top of the grid.
The 1%ers.
Right, the 1%ers.
The 5%ers. Right. And the rest of us.
Exactly.
Of us. We're that. The majority of us are working for other people, and we're not happy. We don't want to be there. I mean, true enough. And then what's crazy is that you would say this, is that a lot of us have gotten raised. I got an 8% raise this year. Right. Over time. Mm-hmm. First it was a 3%, then it turned into a 5% raise. Right. In a year. And that don't happen nowhere, pretty much. And so as the amount of that went up, so did the cost of living. So I'm like, dang, the one time that I started making the money, now I can't afford what I was wanting, what I wanted to. Because when I got the amount of money, I'm like, oh, I'm up there. So I said, shoot, I ain't never seen this kind of money. But then at the same time, rent and mortgages and all this stuff went up at the same time also. So I'm like, dang, so I'm back at where I was. Yeah. It's like you're not growing.
It's like a hamster wheel.
And that's what it is.
A hamster wheel. You just
a hamster wheel. That's where we at,
But speaking of that, though, you sent me a video earlier that I found to be quite interesting. It was talking about the well, first of all, the guy on there, he just pointed it out. He didn't try to make us feel no kind of way about it.
He just showed us something. And now you go for what
you know. I love videos like that.
Right.
But
however way you want to go with it.
I feel like, first of all, man, the government is just to tell you anything.
Right.
We rarely get the truth from anywhere.
Right.
We've
been bamboozled.
The truth is elusive, So I mean, that's been my motto since. I need to get that on the hoodie. The truth is elusive.
Say that.
I believe that. But your man's was talking about when Trump them created that Space Force. Mm-hmm. He was saying some things to come is pretty much basically these folks finna fake an invasion.
Right, right. And it's funny that I saw that video today.
Right.
I hadn't been watching no news because I didn't want to hear about Eon. You know, they just, oh my God,
Mm-hmm.
Hurricane Eon. Okay, you got your airtime. You did good.
You did good.
You did good.
You got your airtime.
You got your airtime.
Good.
You did good. You distracted us. We focused on it. We zoomed in. You know, it was all in all. You know, but
Right. Right.
So as I was just happened to log on to Instagram today, I saw the video where it was saying alien invasion. You know, government gonna fake the alien invasion. And what's crazy is that a couple of weeks ago I was talking to a guy, and I said to him, I said, I wish this just how bad that I hate it here. I hate to say that. I love the United States. I love Mother Earth. I love this planet, but at the same time, I hate it here. You know, because
I mean,
because it's just not like it was designed to be. Because I know God did not put us here for the things that we're encountering.
right.
And so, and I said to him, I said, I'm just waiting on the big spaceship. I said, I'm just waiting on it to just hover over the planet and to make us become human. You know, become human. You know what I'm saying? Because it seems like that's the only thing that's gonna get us on track. Another entity. You know, and then here come this video, and I'm like, now you got to be kidding me.
You said that, and then the video came.
I said this to this guy, and then
you saw that video today. You know, I was watching this movie with your man from the Keanu Reeves.
Right.
And in that movie, I heard the statement, change only happens on the precipice of destruction.
Right.
I actually feel like that's what you're saying.
Yeah.
You're saying like we'll all just be like, you know what, I'm about to drop all of my differences now because we in trouble.
We in a situation that we don't have any clue about. We have no understanding of what's going on.
Right.
Okay, and then the government is going to do their ET or their Encounter, that movie that came out in the 80s, where they had the spaceship up there and they was communicating with music.
You're right.
You know, with notes, with sounds and colors. They used that to communicate. And I don't know if life is imitating art or is art the imitation of life. You know, between the two of those are the borderlines. But that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take something like that to happen for us to become one. You know, and that's how I feel, and it's just me, that they're gonna get the New World Order. You know, because that's when one government, the whole planet is gonna have to come to one to try and defeat or communicate or obey this so-called entity that is to come. And you know, the Vaticans, they got this big old satellite, not satellite, but this huge microscope that monitors outer space.
Right.
Why would the church have a huge ass microscope?
Yeah.
What are you guys looking for?
Right.
Looking for God?
I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, the Vatican has they have the biggest microscope. Is that what? Yeah, microscope. They have the biggest microscope.
A telescope.
Telescope.
Yeah,
There we go.
telescope.
Microscope is smaller.
Yeah.
They have the biggest telescope pretty much in the world, that they're just looking outside. And even with CERN, you know, with all of those things, they looking for the God atom or the God particle.
Right.
You know, all that come to, you know.
Let me ask you this though. Sometimes we like, you know, it's a lot of rabbit holes that we can go down and like, right. and there's a lot of viable information down each one of them.
Right.
Stuff that you can be like, okay, so that's irrefutable. You know what I'm saying? And people ignore it, you know, whatever. But don't you feel like sometimes the real thing be happening right in front of you? And like it'd be a whole bunch of stuff that like, hey, this, that. And I think like it's all designed for us to like play whack-a-mole. Right. Like, you know, like look this way, look.
Right.
But this is what I think. And that video fam sent, that actually was just, that kind of raised my eyebrow big time. I watched it twice.
Right.
You know, so I definitely don't want to shoot at. That is definitely something that
need to be considered.
Yeah, no question about.
Right.
But Do you sometimes like think about Putin, right? This Ukrainian war.
Right.
So that they rolled that out.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And for about a month, that's all you heard.
Right.
You know, then they kind of fell back. Something else happened, you know.
Right.
We looked this way, something else happened,
Right.
you know.
We constantly distracted.
But that kept going.
Right. It still kept going.
Then they rolled back to it. And by the time we rolled back to it, fam talking about, hey man, I'll drop a nuke. Don't play with me.
Right. So we like, damn, how did it get
How did it
serious?
escalate to this?
Right.
And then what they were saying was, come to find out, Ukraine wasn't no punk.
Right.
Ukraine actually was like, hey.
Come with it. But thanks to the United States giving them.
And other countries too.
And that too.
But look though, meanwhile, the United States can get them folks billions of dollars, but them folks in Jackson, Mississippi can't even drink clean water. They can't even drink. How the hell you give how you give another country that's not the United States $14 billion weapons,
3 and 4 times.
and Jackson, Mississippi ain't even got brown water.
Okay, I'm just talking about how you gonna give them that kind of money when this affordable housing is horrible. There's no affordable housing for low income family. I'm gonna keep it real. I got a voucher for Section 8 in what this month is. We in gonna be October, so we in August.
Right.
October, November. Sometime in March, April, I don't know, but I couldn't even use it. Nobody accepted it. It expired. The very first time I was ever able to get some assistance from the government. Out of all these years that program was in place, in my early 20s, I was dying to get something like that.
Right.
To be able to live comfortably.
Yeah.
And do my thing.
Right.
I couldn't get it. But then when they did award it to me, these people weren't taking it. They were looking at it like it was a cheap scam or like I was gonna come and tear up their house because of the stigmata or the bad name that Section 8 had gotten over the years.
Right.
Homeowners were not accepting it.
Right.
So they were turning it down. And I'm like, oh my God, are you telling me I can't? And I look on Facebook, it's a whole homeless group that they have of people that are looking for housing. They can't get it because what?
Yeah.
It's too much. It's not there's no affordable housing. And it's sad that they were able to lend out that kind of money to a different country, Ukraine, and looking out for these people that are in war. But the home front shout out, we in war.
Yeah.
We in war right now with our own government, but they're not gonna say that. They're not gonna address that we're there. But yeah, it's sad that we in this situation, and then they're gonna do a supposedly fake alien invasion. Okay, run it. I'm gonna be shoot. They're gonna be like phone home. I'm finna go. Oh, they coming to pick me up. My people are here. That's all I can say. I'm waiting on it. I'm welcoming it. I want it to happen. I'm really excited to see this happen because the change of events.
Yeah,
this is an event that we have never experienced, and it's gonna be almost like COVID, but on a different scale. So if this happens, I'm ready. I'm ready to see what we gonna do. What the United States about.
Can we benefit from it though?
Now that's the thing. I don't think
because all change ain't good. I mean, I don't run from change. I just be like, all right, so what this mean for me? That's the bottom line.
What it could mean is enslavement back again. Cause they can act like they telling us, they can act like, okay, the people on the ship, cause see, I don't watch a lot of Twilight Zone, okay? Anybody that knows me that knows that I like the Twilight Zone.
All right.
Okay?
All
so
right.
I have seen these invasions happen.
Right.
And we're not on the right side. We're becoming slaves. I think we're gonna be in the world of trouble, because they're then gonna say that, oh, they want us to do this for that. Turn in all the blacks. For real.
Right.
No, we got to go first. You know what I'm saying? They gonna. It was a Twilight Zone movie called Man Feed or something. It was a recipe that the aliens came and they promised all these good changes, and that it was a better place in space,
Right.
and so all the humans went
Yeah.
because they was thinking that it was going to be a better place.
Yeah.
So when they got on the ship and sat there, they didn't know they was feeding them and they were doing everything for them, but the human was a recipe for
Damn.
the alien. It was called, I cannot think of the name of it right
Sometimes-
now. But you thinking that
Yeah. Sometimes
know-
you feel like that shit's happening. You can see that shit happening.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Rod Serling was a beast. Shout out to Twilight Zone, because if you don't watch that stuff, I mean, which you should at some time.
At some point.
But yeah, because it's really like I said, is life imitating the art, or is the art
Imitating life. Yeah.
because these things are happening. Like 1984, Armswell. Have you ever seen that?
Well,
Or
I read
even
the book. Yeah.
Well, we right there now. That's
Yeah.
where we are.
Yeah.
And that was written in the 60s, close 50s, 60s.
Right.
And he was speaking on 1984, but here
Right.
we are in 2023, next week. Pretty much. Next week is New Year's.
Right.
Time is moving fast. And have you noticed how fast time is moving? Ain't nobody paying attention that time has sped up. With the more that you set time back, the faster it becomes.
Right.
And when we keep resetting, all this is as a design.
I said that, man. I was like, man, we need to quit doing that. We don't. It don't even matter, because it's just a slight difference between sunset and sunrise.
Right.
When and then they tried to explain it. Well, the farmers need this and this, that, and that.
That's what the excuse was.
Right.
Have
but
the
now,
farmers
yeah,
to
we
have
don't.
more light.
We
Okay,
don't
so
need.
we know
we don't
that
need
don't
that.
work right
Yeah.
now. That's over with.
We don't
So
need
why
that.
we still doing it?
Right. Right.
So
But I got some information from my homeboy Sanaa yesterday about this is a sharp turn on subjects, but this is the P&B rock situation.
right.
So
I
they
saw
found
what
out
they
that
found out it was a
a
son
17
and a
yes
dad?
dad combo, yeah.
So what was that about? I mean, what?
So-
Because I want to hear this. Because I
so-
saw it, but I didn't even delve into it.
So apparently, like, when everybody was like, his girlfriend gave away the location, they blah blah blah,
Right.
and she caused this. That ain't had nothing to do with it.
Okay.
The
sitting.
They was just sitting in the car, and Cuz pulled up,
Okay.
and they was like, oh, bam. It was just opportunity for them to sight on.
Oh, okay.
So they went on Instagram looking at nothing.
Okay. Okay. So they say.
Well, so they say.
Right.
I mean,
So what was the
only
beef
thing you can do is,
between-
it wasn't no beef.
So why they do it?
Cause he came in there with an opportunity. When people see you and you wearing a car note, not a car note, but a car.
Right.
But P&B wasn't no broke dude.
Right.
I mean, he was wearing all of this. He had close to $100,000, $200,000 worth of jewelry on.
So they was on some robbery stuff.
Yeah.
Did they rob him? Did they take the
They
stuff?
took it. They took it.
Okay, so they took them.
Yeah.
So that was just an opportunity to come up.
But why they kill him though? See, and I think
I think that was the fear. The scared part.
I think it got a lot to do with what you just said earlier. See, it'll be a point where we'll look at each other and say, I can't kill him. I can't kill him because he's black.
Right.
But man, we gonna be so far down by then. When we come to that conclusion, I can't kill him. Cause you really gonna be at the point where it's like, it ain't but this many of us left.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
but right now, if people are hungry and people see opportunity to
They
be
gonna
able
go
to,
for it?
they did. I mean, the self-hate real. I don't really want to get into it.
Right, because that's a whole
nother, the self-hate real. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't real, then Dolph would be here.
Right.
If it wasn't real, P&B would be here.
Right. Right.
If it wasn't real, Jam Master Jam. I mean, how many,
of us have to go off some off an opportunity.
And the first thing we do is say, we be talking about, man, these white folk.
Yeah, that's the first thing we say, and I'm so sick of that. We gotta stop. We gotta stop making that excuse to say that it's the white man. Okay, I love to say the government.
It is
government.
him, though.
It's him.
It's both.
It's both, but then at the same time, it's your choice.
Exactly.
It's still your choice.
It's still your choice.
Even though you feel like the government is doing this and the white man is doing that, it's still your choice to decide which way I'm going to decide.
Right.
You know, that, like you said, it was an opportunity. So they sat down like, ooh. You know, and that real kind of sad. You know, first of all, father and son. So the father and son know. So he had to be 30 and the son had to be 17 or something. Because you ain't no old man. When you say father, you kind of you made me think about my dad's age and some 60 stuff. And I pictured the son on some 40, but really
he was 17.
Probably some. So
he
the
was
son's
17.
17, so the dad ain't good but 30 something.
He wasn't old.
40.
He wasn't old enough to guide this boy better.
So they ran up on him. So they did that.
Now the son just went in there and did it himself.
And so the dad,
The driver, he was a getaway driver.
so they sat there. Because the story still, it kind of not in my head because I saw it and I'm like, I'm to the point where I can't even register this stuff no more.
Right.
I don't even want to hear about it anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's heartbreaking, you know, to know that people are out here killing for jewelry, you know, and then it finna get worse than that, you know. It's gonna be about your groceries,
Right.
you know. That's just what we had, you know.
It's about to be about
You know,
survival.
they done set up here and they done gave these people these extra food stamps. For y'all that's sitting out here spending that little extra $300, you can't buy nothing but groceries, okay? So
Right.
get excited
Yeah.
for all you want to.
Yeah.
It's not free money. It's for groceries.
Right.
And then if you're crazy enough to not be feeding your family and or saving these stamps, you messing yourself up and your family up. Because see, we finna be in the time, the food shortage thing finna get serious. These prices are not going down. We're going to be in some bad situations.
Hey man, let me tell you something. When have prices ever went down?
They don't. When they go up,
That's
they
it.
stay up.
Yeah.
This housing is not going down. It's going to stay up.
It's gonna be all about who can.
If you can. And it's not going to be about black and white people. Please, let's get that out of our head, that this racism stuff is the thing. No. It's going to be about rich and poor. So if you ain't got it, you're going to be the savage. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You're going to be the beast out there that they're going to be running from. Because you're going to turn into a beast.
What do you think about this shit in Illinois, where they're saying like all of these crimes are not going to be punishable by jail? Like they're not like arresting and locking up like people who doing like
the supposedly little stuff,
big stuff.
robberies.
They're like,
We ain't got time for that. So what they locking people up for?
I mean, basically nothing. I mean, I don't know whether or not you saw it or not. I gotta send you the link. Yeah. So like they were sending out, like I was seeing on Instagram, it was like this is about to be the new Purge, and you know they gonna let a lot of people out and all of this stuff. Like Illinois is like setting up to be
the stage,
ground zero.
See, when you just said that ground zero and the stage is being set everywhere. Just like with like I mentioned, the little $300 they gave, you know, the people they sending out cards for people that don't have this email. And if you got this email, you're gonna get a digital currency, and you're gonna be able to load it only on your phone. So you gonna get the people that got the assistance.
Everybody ain't got that.
Everybody ain't got it. So some people gonna get this card, and some people gonna get it on their phone. Majority of people gonna get it on their phone. Because they got it. So if you don't pay attention, they're setting up that stage and that currency to where it's going to be digital and it's going to be tracked. But see, my friend told me they went and spent some money. They spent a little bit of the money on some bull.
Yeah.
But when they went back again to spend it on some bull, it didn't happen. It was alerted groceries only. So at some point, we're going to be dished out this amount of money, a certain amount of money.
Yeah.
The people that's on the system. It ain't going to be about the working people. It's just the people that's getting this government funding.
You think they're trying to weed them out?
No, they ain't weeding them out. They just finna track what they're spending.
Right,
Your
okay.
money, you can't do nothing fun. Ain't no more Georgia Lottery gambling with your little extra money. Yeah, that's over with. Me, Georgia Lottery. Okay, that's over with. That's that extra, the money that the government give you, you can't have no fun with it. It's gonna be either buying your grocery or paying your bills. And that's gonna be the tracking of it.
Right.
It's gonna be your money's gonna be tracked. Even with your and then they got a nerve to put it on your phone.
Right.
You finna put an app on your phone to get their money.
Mm-hmm.
So now they finna track all your money. Because nobody reads the fine print on those the agree to this thing.
Yeah.
No, nobody we just
go.
$300.
Right.
Bump all that. I agree. You not agree. You didn't know you agreed to let them look at your picture. Check your email. Check your other bank account. You ain't know that they listening to your phone. The little microphone, that little orange dot that be coming on your phone. You got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
The little orange dot, is it on now?
No, it ain't.
You check it. Hit the thing, cut the light on now, but make a phone. And it's gonna be someone listening. Once you make a phone call, it's a orange dot comes up there, and it tells it's recording. It's a microphone on. So I'm like, well, what is? Because I saw it one day. I'm like, wait a minute, where that little orange dot come from? And I Googled, what's the orange dot? It's a microphone on from an app. I'm like, what app?
What app? Yeah.
I can't even think what app is it on. Because I done agreed somewhere down the line for them to get access to my microphone.
Right.
So now they listening to my whole conversation. All while I'm on the phone, the orange dot up there.
So with that being said, this is what I want to say, right? This is what I want to say. All of this stuff that we become preoccupied with, when I go online, and, you know, I'm guilty of just being online, you know, ever since I opened that TikTok page up for this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to everybody who share my videos and, you know, show me love on TikTok. I appreciate that, you know. But there is a gang of stuff that not just black people, but everybody is into. And I'm not really saying anything about like TikTok or China or any, you know, like
none
we need
of that.
because I mean I'm not qualified to do none of that.
Right.
But what I am qualified to say is pay attention to what you pay attention to.
Right.
Pay attention to the stuff that you dive into and that you give your time to.
Right.
Pay attention to what you're not doing for your own progression.
Right.
It's 1,000 things that you can be doing that you are unbeknownst to. You actually don't even realize.
Right.
That you can get into this, you can get into that.
Right.
And you do that. Next thing you know, you look up, you ain't been on Instagram in a week.
Right.
You do that. Next thing you know, you look up, you know, you ain't did some, you know, whatever that don't matter for a month and a half.
Right.
And you've grown something for yourself.
Right.
We got to get out of the idea of waking up, doing tasks for a large entity.
Right.
And not doing nothing for yourself.
Right. I can go for that. That's a good advice.
You can't, I mean, all of this, and then you went to work for 8 hours, you came home, and look, I ain't talking about, me too.
You and me.
Me
we talking about me.
This ain't no, I'm preaching and none of that, because I ain't, you know.
I ain't got no room.
I feel like if it wasn't me, I probably wouldn't say nothing because it'd be like, damn, who the hell you think you is? Right, exactly.
I can't, what's he talking about?
You know what I'm saying? But since it is me, you know, I'm speaking for me, from myself, and I'm speaking outward, you know, so this ain't no point, no fingers, but come home from 8 hours, what do you do for yourself?
A lot of people don't do nothing.
What have you done for yourself? What's in here? What is your dream?
Right.
What moves you?
Right.
You know, man, this system has taught you to forget that.
Absolutely.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't.
When you was growing up, man, you used to draw. You was in the I'ma do this, man. All of that stuff.
You had so many so much ambition for yourself. They say, "What you want to be?" Oh, I want to be a meteorologist. That was my little thing because I liked the word. It sounded good and smart. I wanted to,
Right.
right. Of course, I want to be that.
Right, right.
But you had a dream. But then they never told you that you're gonna lose that.
No,
You
they
never-
cause they planned on taking it. Now why would they? Now
They ain't
why
gonna
would they tell you
that
gonna
you
lose
finna
that?
lose that so you can fight for it.
Right, and yeah,
So
they
you can
fight for it. That's it.
They ain't gonna tell you.
Why would they give you a heads up
'Cause
on something they plan on taking that you can
From the
fight
time
for?
they start teaching you the ABC song, you've been programmed.
Yeah.
You've been programmed to forget what you want, who you are, what you are here for, your purpose. You lose all that. By the time you get in high school, you ain't thinking about, especially now, because you so distracted into the social network
Right.
to where you are in the matrix. People go to the social network to forget their real life. So now you're looking at somebody else's life. You're looking at somebody that's showing you false imagery of their good and bump your bad. You don't even look back at you. You don't even look at how you need to go clean up. Because you've been scrolling, looking at other people and they fine houses. You know,
Right.
You in the matrix.
Right.
Or you done created a character of people so love you so much, strangers now, not your friends, because they know you. But the strangers people done build you up so good and they supporting you so much.
Strangers building you up.
You got strangers building you up. So now you in this avatar world. You remember how the movie was? He that man was handicapped, couldn't walk. But when he went to that other world,
He can run like the wind.
he was everything.
He was everything.
So he logged in. Everything. Why would I
Come back to
come
this.
back to my life
Right.
when I'm somebody
Damn, man.
in the fake world? And that's what we are. We're creating our avatars on these social networks, and we're becoming those avatars. We want the praises from the strangers, not our friends, because our friends, when we were growing up, they know me. They know I'm
Right.
handicapped. They know I can't do this.
Right.
They know I don't like to do
Right.
this. They know I done
You can't
fucked up.
fool
I
your
done-
friends.
Yeah, I done messed up thousands of ideas. You know, so
Mm-hmm.
they're not supporting me. They're not listening. You know, they don't care. You know, because they got their own avatar in life that they're creating also. So we are setting ourselves up for the Matrix. You know, it was not a movie, it was a documentary. It's to come. The art imitating life, life imitating the art.
Right.
So that's where we are. We in that, you know. And then we got our fucked up ass relationships
Oh, speaking of,
on that.
let me read this relationship question.
You know, I had to draw it back to where we at.
Because we
Yeah.
on the Uncivil War podcast, and that's what we do.
We are all over the place. Now, what we got?
Yeah,
Where
that's
at
what
with
we do.
These wild relationships. What you got?
All right, so this is a question from Brittany. She wants to know, how long does it take for you to get to the place where you can spend multiple hours around your significant other?
She said, "What now? How long?"
How long does it take for you to get to a place where you can spend multiple hours around? Because if you think about when you first meet somebody, you don't spend multiple hours around them. You know what I'm saying? Like, as the relationship progresses,
You start spending
more time, you know.
Okay, and on that note,
On that note,
it depends
right?
if you really like this person, or if the connection is there. Because I can't say I have been in a relationship, and from the first time we saw each other and we hung out, you know, went on that little 1 or 2 dates, it's inseparable. It's like
That's a.
it's like that's my best
I think that's
friend.
what everybody looking for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's my buddy. I can't go nowhere without
Right.
I can't.
Right.
Yeah, I go hang, but that's my buddy because the connection is there.
Yeah.
But if you just with somebody, y'all might have just hit and it was good, you know, but y'all can't talk. You can't communicate. You're not friends. You know what I'm saying? When you meet your friend and then y'all become companions, that's when you aren't, you know, you can't, I don't see myself being nowhere else without them, you know, and I think it goes by who you meet. you know, and if you're really interested in that person. Now, if it take time, y'all got to find y'all way to that. That's fine, and I don't know how long that would take,
Right.
but it happens.
Yeah.
And it does sometimes take time because you don't know you know, a lot of people don't know what they want. A lot of people don't know what they want.
It's very true.
That's, you know, a lot of people in relationships that they just fucking. You know,
Well, not even that. But you know what though? A lot of people in relationships, they kind of you remember you ever seen that kid that keep that teddy bear? That keep that little
they come
and
that little blanket.
That little and somebody will turn you into that blanket.
Yeah.
And won't let you go. Won't let you, and they'll become so accustomed to being around you to where they feel inadequate or awkward if you are not around.
Right.
And you have to, and there's two sides you got to watch with that.
You got to watch.
You got to watch for that.
Because now you getting used. You know.
Not only that, you gotta watch before. You can't be that person.
Yeah.
You can't be that person that'll do that.
That you don't want to be that person that's attached to someone like that.
Right.
And you don't want nobody attached to you like that. Because then you can get a false sense of thinking that we in love or they no,
right.
you just a security blanket.
Right.
You just they know you either just handling business, paying the bill. We live here in this house together. I can't get this nowhere else, so I'm gonna stay here.
Get
You know, so that is
well, you know,
a thin line.
To answer the question before we get too far away from it. I feel like it all depends on where you at with it. The thing is, can you mentally facilitate being around somebody for multiple hours?
Right.
Because that'll be the question I have to ask myself.
Well, could you? Could you?
Now I have.
You have. Okay.
I can be around some certain people for multiple hours. It all depends on who it is, though.
Right.
But not everybody though, and I'm not gonna try to I ain't gonna try to be too vague. Like it's just all this and that. You know what I'm saying? Like all these hundreds of folks, lined up. But it ain't about that. It's just I just do know that I feel like I kind of slipped into this place where like me being alone and me being able to like think about what I do. Like I work, and I do this podcast, and this podcast is not like just something that I can like just show up for Thursday and tape. It requires for me to like promote, create clips, and come up with questions and outlines and this, that, and the other, find guests and this, that, and the other. Not to say that, I mean Curtis helped with that stuff, man, but I do the majority of that, and that's I really don't really want nobody around me while I do that.
Really?
I don't. I like to just do it. I like to be by myself because I think better that way.
Right.
Now that's just might be something I think.
Right.
It might. Who knows what it'd be like if somebody was around me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It probably wouldn't feel so much of a job. It'll probably be
and keeping it gangster though. If I'm gonna keep it all the way real, when I get these bang questions, I get them from other people.
Right.
So if I'm being 100% transparent, you might say that, but other people are in your mix when you come up with this stuff.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not like, I get to hang my hat on that and just be like, oh, I don't like nobody. You know how everybody like to be like, they so independent. I'm not going to try to hang my hat on none of that. You know what I'm saying?
There's no need.
No. You're not winning because you're by yourself.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
A lot of people think that, and there's nothing wrong with actually having that space. But
the thing is, can you mentally facilitate that? Can you mentally say, I can have people in my space?
Right.
I'm not gonna feel no kind of way. I'm not gonna feel awkward. I'm not gonna feel like And that's the answer. Like when the answer to that question for me is whenever you come down off of that, because some people love to be around people.
Yeah. Some people need people, all the time around them.
I have to vet people. You got to be able to I hate the way this sound, but I'm just gonna say it. You know, you gotta be able to prove you can come around me for multiple hours.
That is
Cause you ain't finna mess my space up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Like I gotta. You know, I created
a little
a
safe
space
haven
for me,
that,
right?
that I
You know,
like.
you're not
I
gonna.
like my space.
You're not about to undo it. You know. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not about to. You're not about to make me feel. I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Right. Cause I'm here.
It's both ways. It go both ways. You know. That's another thing too. I'm huge on if I'm causing you some kind of like you not
discomfort.
Boy, all right, I'll leave.
Tell me, I'm really ready to go.
Right.
I'm really ready to go. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna die.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Just because you know. But speaking of these bang questions, and I hate to treat you like a guest when you the host.
There we go. It's okay. I love it.
I said, who better to ask? You know what's crazy though, man? And I think I said this last time. Like I keep at work, I'll write down bang questions, and I have like 26 of them.
Right.
I leave them motherfuckers right on the desk.
They don't make it.
They never make it. And every time I come down here, I have to get on the phone and ask. You know, I had to think and I had to have people, you know, type them up for me and send it.
Right.
So shout out if you ever did that for me, I appreciate it. Shout out to you if you sent me bang questions.
Right. And they got on the show, they made it to the show.
Well, they had no choice.
Right.
I wasn't gonna be picky.
Right. I need that.
I just got a bunch of them. I ain't even read them, and I'm like, all right, well, I just got to go with it.
Okay.
Because I ain't even got no point.
Got one more.
So do you know how I go?
Okay.
You're not gonna explain the answer. One word, preferably. If you got to, 3 max. 3 max. Yeah. All right. Well, I mean,
no, and I'm not a one worder, but I'm listening.
Well, I'm gonna give it to you. It's gonna be like this or that. You're gonna say this or that.
Okay.
Bam.
Okay.
Bam. Bam.
Oh
bam.
Lord, here we
bang,
go.
Bang.
I'm with you. Okay.
All right.
Because I saw this on the
clip. Yeah. On the clip.
I'm like, oh, here we go. So here I go getting it.
It's crazy because it's like I feel more pressure asking the questions than the person having that. I've never had to answer them, but
okay, I'm with you.
All right, let's see.
Oh God.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. Christmas or Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving.
Jodeci or Boys and Men?
You know. Oh my God. I guess because it's one word, Jodeci.
Because how do you feel though? All right.
Yeah, don't let me. Can I explain why I like Boys to Men? Because oh my God, they were first, and they were harmonious. You know, harmony.
Yeah.
And they oh God, 1-8. Shout out to 1-8. I love you still.
And his kids
and
too.
your family.
Yeah.
They're you. They're
awesome.
you.
Yeah.
All of them are you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Boys to Men. But Jodeci, they just, Lord, they changed the game with that Sweet Boy. You know, so it was the bad guys. I mean, they were the bad boys of R&B.
Yeah.
So Jodeci just did it. KC, man.
I do have to say though, you are the first person that I have allowed to explain that answer.
Oh, for real, thank God.
Yeah. But I will say this. That's the last time you explain the answer. We gonna
keep it going.
All right.
I just had to let it be known that.
All right.
That. But I'm with you. One word.
Marshall or TJ Maxx?
Marshalls.
Margarita or Jack and Coke?
Margarita.
Girls trip or with your boo?
Girls trip. Oh God.
Wow.
Who could I explain?
All right. No
disclaimers. No disclaimers.
Home cooked meal or out to dinner?
Home cooked.
Netflix or chill or movie theater?
Netflix right now.
Perfume or body spray?
Perfume.
Attractive man or great personality?
Great personality.
Candles or incense?
Candles.
Wine or spritzer?
Wine.
Chocolate or ice cream?
Chocolate.
Walmart or Target?
Target.
All right.
Target.
I always do Walmart or Target because somebody said, no woman is going to say Walmart. I was like, some woman is going to say Walmart.
And the only reason why Walmart loses is because of their customer service.
I think it's so big I think they just do the best they can.
No,
Think about it.
No.
Think about,
that is not their excuse. That is not.
That's my
I'm not.
excuse.
That's what you think.
No, the reason why I'm gonna say that
big,
though.
when it's plenty of people want work.
Yeah, man, but plenty of people go like this, right? When you got a lot of people, think about like even like with McDonald's and this, that, and the other.
Mm-hmm.
You can only pay so many people that wage.
Right.
Then you're gonna start getting into people that's gonna say, and even those people
think they should get more.
And they have protested.
Right, and they've gotten a little.
But then if we pay more in the salaries, how can we be this then?
Right.
How can we be this big?
Right.
So it's a balance they're trying to keep.
Right.
They're trying to be able to say, all right.
So they can have. So Walmart can have 5 people with this huge grocery store and clothing store and electronics store and fucking garden.
If you went to Walmart, if you went to work at Walmart, how much they gonna have to pay you?
Oh God, yeah, I heard it, $20. Absolutely. Yeah, that's the bare minimum because I got to put up with these Tashas and Shaquitas and the Nikas.
I can't take $20 an hour. That's what I mean. So the whole thing is, so I get what you're saying. The whole thing is, that's the balance though.
But they can't pay us that.
Right.
So that's why we only
got 5 people.
$12 with 5
because
people.
Out of the 10 that applied, 5 agreed to that salary. The other 5 like, I can't take that.
Because I need more.
Right. Because I mean, it's not like, the jobs are. Look what happened after COVID. People was like, hey man, I can work from home.
Work for nothing. Right.
Everything. The work from home job became sexy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that was the thing.
Now you go to TGI Friday and they got 3 employees in there because don't nobody want to go in nowhere.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, that's a setup too.
Hit me with it. How much? What we got?
We got 10 minutes, but I just want to say that all of that. When I say ain't nothing done by accident, even the COVID, it might have looked like a sickness and this, that, and the other, but it set up the stage. Remember 1984?
Yeah.
The first time I heard essential worker was
in that
COVID.
book.
But in 1984, you was an essential worker. In 1960, that man said that.
Mm-hmm.
See, we getting set up for the stage. We plan ourselves to just bow down.
So what part of it? What part of the game is? Cause I ain't gonna lie, man. I drive to work every day now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But I don't want to, and it's because of COVID. It's because
you got accustomed to sitting at home working, and then they want to bring.
How they win though? How they winning?
It's a balance. You know, some people that want to sit at home, some people want to go to the offices. You know, most of them don't want to go to the office. But now you got these 2-3 days a week, 5. You know, 2, 3, 3, 2. All that off and on. It is to me. I think it's all about seeing who complies. You remember when them shirts came out with the obey?
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't no somebody just thought to put that word out.
Right.
They trying to see who finna obey. You know, we supposed to been bucking when they shut us down.
Yeah.
They couldn't believe we sat down like we did. I'm talking about the whole world. They couldn't believe that. Damn, because it was so crazy. They had done such a good job. We didn't even want to come out. Yep. They had to create all kind of scenario with the black this, black that.
But guess what though? I didn't even go in. Now ask anybody who know me. They'll tell you the whole time I was out.
I was working.
I wasn't even working.
I was working and in the restaurants and enjoying life.
I was
working.
Was the best time. I was in restaurants and all that.
I was everywhere.
I never stayed
when
in
I
the
say every place was VIP for me, because I was there by myself or with someone, and I felt like they rented the whole spots for me. When we went to the movies, it was just us. I said, oh, so you got the whole theater? I
remember March 19th, 2019. That's when COVID hit.
Right.
I was at J. Alexander. And everybody was like, oh, you can't. Man, I did it anyway. I did. Right. I caught COVID for the first time when it was like, it wasn't scary no more.
Okay, and I have never caught it. And if I did, it was so mild. No,
right.
I'm gonna bring that back. Take it back. The one day I couldn't taste. One day
No,
I
that
was
shit
eating
lasted.
some chips,
It lasted
and they
a long
tasted
time.
like cardboard. No, they were one day, but I did smell ammonia for like 2 weeks.
So you were eating cardboard and pneumonia.
So the smells smelled like
Ammonia.
it just seemed like I kept smelling ammonia.
That's what it felt like you were eating cardboard and pneumonia.
But when I ate that bag of chips, and then again, it was just for one day, it tasted like cardboard, and I'm like, what the?
Something going on with that.
But it went away. It didn't even stay the very next day. I was eating little baby chips. He had the salt and vinegar, the hot, whatever, all them 10 flavors. Those were the flavors that I was, indulging in. So COVID didn't do too much to me. Still haven't been vaccinated. Still don't want to be.
All right.
And I done made it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're still standing. Shout out to the people. I mean, I hate to make anybody that was on their deathbed look bad. You're a great actor.
Yeah.
You think?
I was just finna say, hey.
Oh, I forgot that those words.
I was just finna say.
They be like, no, one viewer.
I was just
shout out to.
I was just finna say, hey,
That
but
is
no,
horrible.
go and get your vaccine though.
Yeah, go. Right, promote right now.
Go and get your vaccine.
Get your boosters,
man.
the boosters.
If they boosting, if they come out with another booster, boost.
Get it.
All that.
Boost mobile. That is fun. This is our Civil War podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Evan Vision for giving us the opportunity.
Absolutely.
The Kings and Queens contents. We're here. For the Kings and Queens, we content creators.
It's the truth. We about to get out of here, but I want to give my dead roses to the father that pulled up on at Roscoe's and shot this black man dead for some jury. The father and son, y'all get dead roses, especially you, Dad. You're supposed to know better than that.
Right.
We're supposed to be raising kings. We're supposed to be raising soldiers. You need to recognize who your enemy is, Jack.
Yeah.
And he definitely don't sing rap songs and wear jury. That's for damn sure. But this has been the Uncivil War podcast. We'll send a shout out to LA, Evan Vision. Every show that's under this umbrella, y'all go check it out. We're not the only show on Evan Vision. They got mountains of shows, good shows.
Right.
Leave comments, like all that. Subscribe.
Absolutely.
Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Act like you know you love your own.
Yeah, don't just follow Cardi B.
Right.
Those people don't know you. They don't even know that you exist.
I love that. I love that post you posted the other day too when you said, man, if we could just get support. Support don't have to be money. Support don't have to share it.
Right,
Right. And then I went to the comments and I was like, oh, I didn't see you said you no need to comment. I was like, it's a ghost town. Y'all should have.
And then here you go commenting.
I was about to comment, then I erased it. I was like
no.
Don't be the only ass to do it anyway.
To do it, right. Shout out to everybody.
But I was like, didn't I say you 100% right? Yeah. So I was the only ass to do it.
Of course. Oh, they did?
My point is, it should have been way more than that, and somebody should have been like, all right, I'm about to go and share the video now. I'm about to go. You know what I'm saying? Because how many times has somebody told you, man, you can do this? Man, you know how to do that, man. You can, and then you do it, and then nobody support it.
No love. That's basically.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah, like, subscribe, hit, and share.
So no.
Evan Vision.
And we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all next week.
Yep.
So no.
Yep.
We love y'all.